I've learned putting hostas in pots is a great idea to keep them from spreading too far. This one is being guarded by Mr. Toad, the king, but the pot is a clay one. It actually broke last year, and we put it down in the ground just so I could have this cute setup. I have a hosta blooming here. I tell you what, we had so many hostas in this garden, and I do love them, but they definitely need the shade. And I found myself spending way too much time cutting off these long stalks after they bloomed, and then the ones that were in the sun too much, then they burnt and I had to cut the leaves back, and there were a lot of work. And so I have stopped using them as a crux. And by crux, I mean they are actually so easy to grow. You can stick them anywhere and they just grow, and they fill the space, especially for like a cottage garden, and make it look so beautiful, especially these variegated leaves. But I've pared mine back to just more of a shade area. There's actually one back there getting ready to bloom. We had another one right here, but because we dug the ditch up, that had to come up. We actually had so many in here in our flower beds up there that I think last year we took out like 20 of them. See what the beautiful bloom looks like, and the way they're wispy and they blow when the wind blows. It's so lovely. But let's talk about them. So the scientific name for hosta is hosta. There's a few flowers I found that are that way. The family is the Asparagaceae, or the asparagus family, which I find interesting. The name hosta is in honor of Austrian botanist Nicholas Thomas Host, or Host, I don't know. He lived 1761 to 1834. And this flower was named in 1812. The variety Hosta plantagenea has a common name of plantain lily. And the difference from other hosta is that it tolerates the sun. So I could get that one, I guess. But not after I dug up so many. Hi, girlfriend. I've always heard of plantain, but I've always thought of that like a banana. Well, it is a banana, but this is a plantain herb that looks like a weed. Go ahead, search the internet for Plantago major, and you'll go, ah, I've seen that weed before. And then I ponder why it is called a lily when it looks nothing like a lily to me. But apparently it seems like the flowers of a hosta are lily-like. Really? So hostas, she hangs with her mama. Hostas are a perennial plant that grows from rhizomes, so they do get bigger. They're a popular plant grown for their unique leaves more than for their flowers. The leaves act as a natural weed barrier. Oh man, that is so true. You won't find many leaves underneath, or weeds underneath these leaves. But cultivars can have a wide variety of sizes from huge, this one's pretty huge, but I think there's ones bigger, to very small, and can be very eye-pleasing to the garden. Trumpet-shaped blooms. Okay, we go back to the blooms. You see they're like a trumpet shape. Suddenly appear on a long stem in the summer, and the flowers range from white to deep purple. These are like a light lilac, but you can buy varieties based on the color of the flowers. Deer and rabbit love to eat hostas. Oh, I found that out. They'll eat the hostas in my front yard. We only had deer for a few years, so these in the back are fine. Not a good choice if you have those visitors. At the end of the summer, I will cut them to the ground and bag them up. And I don't like them being scraggly, so that's why I do that. And they disappear underground and they begin to reveal themselves again in the spring. When they begin to reveal themselves in the spring, that's a good time to divide them. They're so easy to divide, replant, share. Whew. It's a good time to do that so they don't get too big as well. I'm going to put this link on my website where it's called hostalibrary.org. You can see how many varieties of it there are. There's also an American Hosta Society .org, and I will link that on my website page. And the society has Hosta shows and a Hosta database with 7,387 varieties. Maybe by the time you go there, they will have some more varieties. So the American Hosta Society has leaf color categories as follows. Green is number 1, blue is number 2, 3 is yellow or gold, depending on where you read. 4 is white margined. So by margined, they mean variegated. So that would be yellow, white, or chartreuse center, and green or blue center. So there'd be white on the margins. Well, I think that's what I have. That would be category 4. It's white on the margins or the outside and green on the inside. Category 5 is yellow margined. Well, I don't have yellow margins. 6 is green or blue margined, and 7 is streaked or mottled, and then 8 is for other varieties. And then they also have categories for height. So section 1 is giant leaved, being leaved, which are greater than 28 inches. Section 2 is large leaved, which is 18 to 28 inches, and they're actually measuring at square inches, so I don't know how you do that with an oval. I was thinking I should measure this to see whether it falls in giant leafed or large leafed. Section 3 is medium leaved at 10 to 18 inches. Section 4 is small leaved at 6 to 10 inches. Section 5 is miniature leaved at 4 to 6 inches, and then I found something else that said there's a dwarf, which is less than 4 inches. So now I wonder what these fall under. The list is going to be on my website. If you're watching this video on YouTube, the link is in the description. Now I had a bunch of hostas in here we took out, and I made room for other flowers, and I'm happy to be filling it, but I did leave this one. You see, we got a tree, so it's under the shade of the tree. Look how they blow in the wind. There's a breeze right now. It really is lovely if you're just sitting out here. Give some movement to your garden. Look how big that one is. You can see by my little Miss Tizzy. She's always looking under them. I think she finds snakes in there. I'm not excited about her finding snakes under my hostas. So I learned that you can put hostas in pots, and I absolutely love that. And this is a small one I have in the front yard, and I actually put it in this pot last year. And look, it's got a darker purple bloom, and it's just adorable from this view with the water fountain. I see it this way when I'm sitting on the patio. See, she's following me. Isn't it gorgeous? I actually have some purple coneflower blooming behind it, and a pot. There's some banana leaves going up, and it all looks good together. This here is a New England aster that it'll look good with at the end of the year. It's kind of in the sun here, but I think being able to water it and saturate it in the summer when it's in a pot helps it. She's waiting for me to come along. I actually have another one here, the same one in this little bike, and look at it, it's getting ready to bloom, and it's so cute. It's in a very small pot. How cute is that? I think it's cute. Now the ones in the pot came off of this one here in the front bed, and it's directly out in the sun, and you can see it's already not doing well, but I like it, so I left it here. It's easier to maintain because it's small. And there's what the flowers look like. So this will get cut back and bagged up, and it'll be just fine next year. Then we have the shade garden, which I have the darndest time with weeds. This is on the side of the house, but look how huge that hosta is. That is huge. And hostas look really great with ferns. And this is the same variety as in the backyard. Look how huge that is. It's not quite blooming yet, but the variegated and more ferns and another hosta and more ferns. So they look really great together, and they're huge, and they take up this whole bed. I love it. These are coral bells there. This one's a huge coral bell. So they also look really great with the hostas. There's another coral bell out there. Don't you just love how my frog king of the house is in charge of the hosta? And look, it's getting ready to bloom. The little buds. And this is actually a bowl that I sunk into the ground. I'm out a few days later. Blooming. It's blooming. It's so cute. And I love the fountain again. Aren't they some adorable blooms? They're bell-shaped. Get the centers. And I like that these are chest high on me, waist high on other people. And you can see them as you walk by them. It's so cute. And then look at my hosta and my king of the birdhouse. As I think I said already the other day, this pot broke, and so I put it down in the ground to contain the hosta from getting too big. And it's cute little blooms as you walk by with the king of the house. It's so cute. This hosta is huge. I don't think the camera picks up the hosta like it does in person. It's awesomeness. Look how big the flowers. Little trumpets, each one of them. These aren't budded out yet. Or maybe they're done budding out. These are done budding out. This one's budding out today, and these are the future ones. I saw a bee a minute ago going in and out one of them. Oh, there it is. There it is. The bee's in there. Oh, and out he comes. See, he goes in them. Goes all the way in them. He's hiding and out. Okay, he's in this one now. Watch, he's gonna come out. Oh, and he goes in and hides. He's like a playing peekaboo with me. Come on out. There we go. I see you.